Good morning, pregame crew. It is Friday, PCE day. We have PCE in 9 minutes. It is Friday, April 28th, 2023, 8:21 a.m. Eastern, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time. You're at the pregame show. Thank you for being here. I'm going to say hello to my friends, and hopefully I'll be able to spit out some levels before 6:30 a.m. my time when PCE comes out. PCE is more important than GDP. This will be a critical number and it will impact the market. What direction? We have no idea, but I do anticipate volatility. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hi, Carlos. Hey, Night Truck, Renaissance Man. Thank you. Tyree. AI. Keith, Ed, Casey, Sam, Greg, Mal, Topher. Happy Friday. Hey, Mary, Homebody. Caesar, Rob, thank you. Awesome. Glad the AV is working. Hey, Sal and Patrick. So if you watched last night's webinar, Defining Your Trading Edge, was it helpful? Did any of you focus or think about it and marinate last night and say, now I know what I need. I need this, and this is going to be my edge. Good morning, Audrey. How are ya? Howdy, Nugget. Hey, Card Lady. Looking at ES, your resistance 41.55.50, your support 41.31.50, and then we're looking down at 408.950. I'm giving you these levels right now so early because we have data. We have data at 8:30, at 9:45, and 10 a.m. today. Awesome. Good to hear, Renaissance. Hey, Kat, good morning. Was there any chart requests so far today? Not yet. If you have any chart requests, let me know. Amazon had a bullish reaction to earnings. They had a pretty big earnings beat and the conference call, so I'm assuming guidance wasn't that great, or as my grandma would say, it wasn't that hunky-dory. So things gave up the gains. And if you don't have chart requests, I'll just start going through charts myself. G-Sun. Up 52%. When you see a chart that looks like a ski slope, when you zoom out, typically it has dilution and the books aren't that great. The balance sheet, profit and loss, debt. So just know that looking at this name, this has a history of pumping and dumping. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. So why would this be any different? So 215 is what you hit in pre-market. Your next resistance after 215 is 228 and 246. When I see these charts, here's the first thing that goes on in my brain, and I'm not saying this is what should happen in your brain, but literally in my head it's da 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 da. It's like musical chairs, but with Jeopardy sound, basically waiting for the music to stop and for there to be no chairs left. So if you're in a long like this, just know that the music is going right now, and it is having a wonderful morning. The music is going, and the music will stop. Will you be left with a chair? $1.89 is resistance, support $1.40, $1.39, $1.36. I know you're thinking, Lori, could you be any less pessimistic this morning? I just want you to be careful because the small caps are just so dangerous. And this name Top, you couldn't throw this in my account. You couldn't throw it in my account. Look at this mess. This is a low float mess. The music has stopped. Just think about if you're the person that bought 260 and you're sitting there holding right now. Horrific. So just be careful. Awesome, Mel. Awesome, Audrey. Tesla. I go over Tesla and NVDA every day. So Tesla's bouncing. Tesla needs to take out the high of Wednesday, that 160.67. We double topped with that level yesterday. So that would be a bull break of this stair step pattern. And then I'd be looking up at 165.41. The 8 EMA is the first target. So let's see if bulls can get over Wednesday's high of 160.67. That becomes the level. I'll put my alert at 65 so I can be watching it for the potential break. It looks good, actually. The daily chart looks hideous. We are looking for a monthly higher low. Daily did get oversold, and typically that's where we scout those monthly higher lows. I would say a pullback buy to 157.51 would make sense. NVIDIA. NVIDIA has this level here of 273.66 that we talked about ad nauseum yesterday. It broke it in a dirty, dirty fashion and then gave it all back. So NVIDIA was only up 1% relatively speaking yesterday. It was weaker compared to other tech names. Is this daily higher low set? Most likely, yes. We got to get over yesterday's high with follow through, 274.95. Tough chart, really tough chart, because yesterday of it breaking bull and then giving it all back. 270 is your support. 274.95 resistance. You're welcome, Hugo. Hive. Hive is blockchain related. Ergo Bitcoin, ergo Hive. You have a gap below to be aware of at 321. You want monthly. Monthly, we are struggling up here at the 8 EMA, 429, 420 double top. Now, can we set a higher low compared to 220? Tough name. Tough name. 327 is your key support and resistance 342. I'd be top fishing this name at this daily double top. You're welcome. Thaddeus. Yeah, top is HKD 2.0. Agree. 1 minute to PCE. Thanks for the reminder. Let's see how this goes. PCE, they're expecting 0.3 for core PCE. We have it in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Okay, let me go to TradingView and check that chat, see if there's any questions for me. Nope. All right, good morning, Sir Fernando. We're waiting on PCE. That's interesting, Dynamite. Thinkorswim didn't have any available. I just checked, I wasn't trading it. Okay, data in 40 seconds. Data in 40 seconds. It's all coming down to NASDAQ for me today. Is this a 4-hour bull flag? We have an hourly loss of uptrend with very little follow through. Is this a bull flag on the 4-hour? Typically, we don't like upper wicks on our bull flags. However, I'd still give it credit for being a potential bull flag. We have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. How we react to this PCE data will be key. Amazon and XLF. QQQ, Amazon, and XLF are the 3 keys for the market today, in my opinion. All right. Let's see. PCE is out. And the algos are getting kind of jiggy with it. Hasn't populated yet. If anybody sees it, if you could put it in chat, that'd be great. We were at 41.40 before we started, and we're at 41.39 now. 1.2 was the employment cost index. That's populating. And nothing for PCE yet. Okay, so the initial reaction high, 41.43.75. Initial reaction low, 41.36. And then 41.35.50 is your support. And then we're looking down at 41.31.50. We're getting a big upper wick here. We double top with 41.42.75 and we're losing key support now. So 41.31.50 is your next support. Okay, y'all ready to get started? Let's get started with the show. Officially. Good morning. I'm Charkow Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that would be lovely, at Charkow Lori. You can check us out at chartguys.com. We teach technical analysis, and what I do here every morning is I show you this table, and this is a table that I use to convey to you what I'm seeing out there, and this table is dated by the time I show it to you. Conditions have changed. The market's bouncing a little bit. We're recovering right back to that 4140. So XLF and XLV will be key today, and then Amazon and QQQ. Let me highlight that. So Amazon, XLF, wait, let me do that. So Amazon, XLF, XLV, and QQQ will be the keys to the market today. Now we're popping. Nice recovery. ES, nice recovery. We're over resistance now. So overall, I'm looking more bullish than bearish. And again, I'm boiling it down to 3 major charts. So XLV is important, but more important is XLF and QQQ and Amazon. And we'll look at those charts. Let's look at NASDAQ next. Nice recovery. Now, can we maintain it? NASDAQ. Plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. Was this higher low just set? Possibly. We're getting over that 15-minute resistance. I would say if we get over 12326, we have a more convincing 4-hour higher low set on NASDAQ. And NASDAQ is super important. We had Meta, Google, and Microsoft with beats. We had Amazon with a beat, but their conference call and guidance was soft, and they gave back a lot of their gains. So how Amazon recovers today will be critical for this market. And has XLF put in this daily higher low compared to 3207? That's the question. So 3207, 3212. I told y'all yesterday I was looking for that to hold. XLF was Queen of the Mountain bull trade. I hope you took it, and I hope it worked for you. So now when we look at the hourly chart, we have enough room for a higher low compared to yesterday's low. 3238 is the actual number. We want to set a higher low above 3238 and then go take out 3284. Critical for the market. And QQQ, I had several of you say this was the best trade yesterday that I gave you. We talked about, we had a double top with Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday had a double top. And we were opening up yesterday in gap fill territory. So the question was, were we going to fill this gap and price enter back down into the prior day's range, or are we going to gap and go? And we did a gap and go. Our low of yesterday was 315.05. We never filled that gap. That's bullish, and you can stay bullish when that happens until the bears show the whites of their eyes, which they didn't yesterday. So if you took that trade, great. If you didn't take that trade and this intrigues you, wonderful. This is it's a gap trade. You know, are we going to have a gap and grab or a gap and go? And you can tell by the lack of filling of gaps who has control. And if you're wondering what type of trading edge that is and you missed the webinar, you can click on this link right here. It's pinned in chat, and it'll take you to a sign up page where you can get a copy of that webinar and a PDF resource guide. Yep, pretty uneventful. We're back to flat. It's rainy where you are, Curtis. Hey, Neb. Audrey, thanks, Robert. All right, so QQQ, XLF, and then let's look at Amazon. And I'm just going to keep repeating it. And if repetition is insulting to you, I apologize. Repetition is very good for me. So with Amazon, is this going to be an hourly bear flag? We were unable to confirm it. We were unable to break 105.27. We hit 105.76 so far. Now we need to break the high 108.99. 108.99 puts in that temporary low, and that low is more secure, meaning I doubt it gets breached if we can get over 109. So this is a big mixed bag. It has beautiful pre-market volume. It's going to have some volatility today. My recommendation for you is 2 things. If you want to trade Amazon, the first edge or approach I would take is a stair step approach, and the second one is a tightening range. I'd wait for an EQ to position myself within that EQ or to play the break, or I'd look for a stair step. Those are the two ways that you can trade Amazon volatility today. Otherwise, if you're an inconsistently profitable trader, I would avoid this chart. This is going to be a difficult chart to trade today because, again, mixed bag. Good morning, KK. Okay, so on ES, I told you 4 hour, we have plenty of room for higher low. NASDAQ, plenty of room for higher low. I gave you those levels. RTY, we have enough room for 4 hour higher low, but it ain't cute at all. This is a crappy chart, and kids, crappy is a bad word. This is a crappy chart. 1762 is your resistance, support 1742 and 1731. RTY bulls need to get their act together. Potential daily bear flag. This does not behoove the market bulls, but we don't need IWM to pull the bull cart as much as we need QQQ and XLF. If RTY wants to lag in the back, that's fine. We don't need it. It would help, but we don't absolutely need it. Dow, we have enough room for a 4 hour higher low, plenty of room. So where it gets set, nobody knows. We're holding the EMAs just fine. 33752 is your key support, and then 33923 your next resistance. Oh, good, Josh. I'm glad you liked it. Sorry, the water in your ear. My metal water holder. Okay, so we went over YM. VIX is giving back a lot right now and a downtrend on the hourly chart. So that behooves the market bulls. And again, let's go back to the table. In general, when med table is greater than 100 for bearish, I look for reverse back burners. When med table is greater than, nope, not there, here. When it's more than 100 bullish, I look for back burners. Does that make sense? So to me, today's approach is here. Actually, let me highlight all of this. Meaning I am looking for pullback buys. Pullback buys on QQQ, pullback buys on XLF, pullback buys on JPM because of the room that bulls have given themselves for higher lows. Now, it doesn't mean we're definitely going to get a higher low, but odds favor a higher low compared to 315.05. If we breach 315, then Katie bar the door, meaning things could get really ugly really fast if we were to lose 315 on QQQ. Bulls are going to be waiting right here. And me, I'm bulls. Bulls will be waiting, and I'll be that bull right here. I'm looking for a pullback buy on QQQ. I'm looking for a pullback buy on XLF. Oh, I never can find XLV when I want it. XLV, bulls are going to be looking for a pullback buy compared to 130.62, pullback buy. So that's the mentality. 5-minute oversold bounces should be your friend today in names that had outsized moves yesterday. Let me say that again. 5-minute oversold plays should be your friend today for names that had outsized moves yesterday. Okay, now let's go to the dollar. The dollar is uber strong. That is a headwind for the market. 4-hour uptrend. Doesn't mean it will stall any market progress, but it is a headwind. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin, and then we'll go to commodities. Bitcoin, we have these 4-hour inside bars that broke bear, and then the bulls were able to save the 8 EMA. So essentially, we have a very, very, very large EQ. So 29,900 is your resistance, then 30,050.66 support, 29147 and 28670. So you'll notice today I don't have any of those crypto miners like Riot, Mara, or Coin. Coin's not a broker. I mean, a miner, but it's a broker. You get the gist. It's crypto related. I don't have a clear view of those today because Bitcoin is so sideways. Ethereum, same thing. Tightening range above the 4-hour EMAs. Exactly, Dave. Yes, I am thirsty. Sorry, it's such a loud water bottle. I try to drink like 4 of these a day. It's 20 ounces, so at least 4 is my goal. Okay, gold. Gold, you have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low compared to 1982. You have resistance at 2000. Let me make this statement. This just came to me. We have plenty of room for a weekly higher low on gold. If you're going to consolidate and chill out and cool off RSI, the best way to consolidate is sideways. Consolidating in time versus price. And that's what gold is doing. Gold has been consolidating in time sideways versus price. It's getting real tight here. It's compressing and we have pressure building, but we're looking for a weekly higher low. If I have to trade gold today, which I won't, I don't like it for ultimate clarity. It's not high conviction for me and my style of trading, but I would have to take a long. I have to go long looking for a weekly higher low, and sideways consolidation is the best kind. I mean, if you're going to consolidate, and most names that have outsized moves, they do have to consolidate after this very large move. Consolidating sideways is the best case scenario. So this benefits the bulls. Oil. Yeah, hit the like button. I'm making you thirsty, Dave. Okay, so oil is looking a little bit better. Is this weekly higher low set? It will be set when we have a convincing 4-hour, or most likely set when we have a convincing 4-hour trend change. We don't have that yet. Oil is on the struggle bus right now. It made a new lower low overnight. We have the Baker Hughes rig count today. We have 75.51 resistance. And we have a double top in that area, 75.43 and 75.51. However, this is a decent bounce on oil. And because I like where oil is positioned on the weekly chart, Oxy is one of my Queen of the Mountain trades. So on Oxy, we're looking for a weekly higher low. That's the more likely scenario. Do you see it? Compared to 55.51. Weekly higher low, the more likely scenario. Daily, we have a double bottom to play off. The double bottom's at 59.97, 59.92. I like that risk to reward. Playing against 59.90, looking for the weekly higher low with the double daily double bottom. Does that make sense? And I'm watching oil and saying oil's positioned well to make that weekly higher low. It's higher low. So then I get gap fill mentality. 60.82 was the high of yesterday. If we gap up, which right now we're not, we're inside yesterday's range, then I'm going to use 60.82 or 60.73 as a support pullback buy. Does that make sense? We're at 60.72 right now. I got to wait closer to open, but I like this trade setup. And I found that trade setup because I liked where oil was positioned on the weekly chart. Well, look at you, Nat Gas. Are you tired of me trash talking you? Oh, this is dirty. Nat Gas loves to do this in pre-market. Dirty, dirty. Let's see if they trap some bulls or is this a real move? I doubt I'm going to be trading this today, but man, it sure does look intriguing for a short right here. Yeah, I'd have to wait till the market opens and see the real volume and what they're doing. I'm going to avoid. I don't want to mess up my day on a Friday. I don't want to piss myself off on a Friday. I like staying in a good mood, and Nat Gas can really make you mad and make your blood boil. Trust me. So I don't want to get mad on a Friday. Okay, so I have a few minutes left. Keep it going, Lori. Apple is holding these key EMAs. Now here's something I typed this morning. I forgot to mention Hang Seng was slightly up and DAX was slightly down, so we can't gather a lot from that. We have Apple earnings next week, and we have FOMC decision next week. And then I typed out, let's look at the Apple chart. I didn't want to neglect this important fact. Look at this chart. Is there anything wrong with this chart? Let me answer that for you. No. This is a beautiful chart. Beautiful. It got a higher high yesterday. This is like the guy that you want to bring home to mom. Like, this is the chart you want to bring home to mom and say, look how beautiful he is. This is beautiful. With Apple chart looking this strong, and you had steady buying all day. You almost had a Maribozu candle yesterday. Not quite. You have a tiny upper wick. When they open, bulls started buying and they didn't stop. They were like, buy, 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 buy. They didn't take their hand off the button. With Apple chart looking this strong, why in the heck would I be short and crap? So this Apple chart for me spells out, look for dips to buy until the flavor of Apple chart changes. Because right now the flavor is bullish. That is one beautiful chart. Look at this gap fill. Since we've been talking about gap fills, look at this. 165.28. Bulls were able to recover quickly. We hit 165.19. We were able to dip into the prior day's range by 9 pennies and then reverse. There's your sign. This thing is bullish. With Apple looking this good, yes, slightly red, but Apple looking this good, why would I be looking short? Pullback are for buying. Let's see. Pullbacks are for buying. Yeah, this is a 5-minute back burner trade on Apple today, looking for first 5-minute oversold for a long. Amazon bulls are in a precarious situation. 105.27 needs to hold. You are not only inside yesterday's range, you made a new low below yesterday's range. That's no good. We need Amazon to hold 105 for the market to bounce, have a decent bounce today. We need Amazon to hold 105. It will be tough, not impossible, but tough for the market to stay green if Amazon completely rolls over. Nvidia, I went over it earlier. It was a heartbreaker, breaking that 273.66 and then totally reverse and give all those gains back. It makes me not trust Nvidia at all. And we're opening up inside yesterday's range. If anything, a pullback buy against 270. But I don't think I'm going to be trading it today. I have 2 JPMs. I got to fix my charts. All right, before the market opens, let me get a little more water. Natty by nature. Yep, totally. Yep, Dan did say he was interested in going long nat gas on that falling wedge, but that's him. That's not me. He is my mentor, and he is the best trader I know. He is the best trader I know. And I have learned something really important, and just listen to me for a second. Super important. There are people out there that I follow on Twitter that I really, really respect. I respect Dan as the best trader I know. I don't always follow his trades, and I don't always follow his logic or thinking. I don't always subscribe to the exact same conclusion on a chart. And I have learned to go with it, go with my gut and with what I see, because I'm responsible for my own trading. No one else is pushing the buttons for me. I'm pushing my own buttons. And I remember here, he doesn't, for example, Dan does not use the 200 MA. I rely heavily on the 200 MA. And this was a Queen of the Mountain short for me here. And he was looking for a potential long and a potential daily bull flag. I couldn't do it with the 200 MA overhead. And that was one time I was right. Normally with Dan, I default to whatever he says. But when I see something different, I'm going to go with it. And I encourage you, if you see something different than what I'm saying, you go with your analysis, because you're the one ultimately responsible for your trading, and it makes you a better trader. When I stopped regurgitating trades from other people and started coming up with my own thesis, that's when my trading changed. So I don't know who needed to hear that today, but there you go. All right, back to my rat killing. Tesla. Tesla has a double top at 160.48, 160.67. I like Tesla long. And y'all, this is a stair step trade. And I would make the hurdle a little bit higher. I would make it the prior day high and not just yesterday's high, because it's a double top and the resistances are so close together. But look, we've got a lower low, inside bar, lower low, inside bar, lower low, lower low. If we break over 160.67, that's a daily stair step bull break. And you could look for a swing long in Tesla and use the last, let's see. You could use this pre-market low 157.50 area for a potential stop. If we break 160.67, that is a daily stair step bull break on Tesla. I get that a lot of people use resistance lines. I get it that resistance line is definitely clear as it can be, but this is a weekly bull flag that confirmed yesterday. I ain't going bear on this. And yes, I said I ain't going bear. And you could sit there and you could top fish 168.56 or 169.05 and let her rip, tater chip. But down, I do not change my thesis because of a trend line. No way, no how. That's not part of my trading plan. JPM. But I respect everyone else that does use trend lines. Whatever works for you, get it going. How awesome was JPM yesterday? That was beautiful. We broke 137.81 by 10 cents. I was able to get this from 136.02 to 137.50, my last out on JPM. So yesterday, JPM was a Queen of the Mountain trade, and this was yesterday at 7:44 a.m. I posted, I took long JPM. I should have took JPM long, but I loved this setup here at the daily 50 EMA. I loved it, and it worked for us. And I like a pullback buy of JPM today, as long as yesterday's low holds. Dave, I like that. I've never heard that saying. You're welcome, Joka. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description and you'll see a link, Lori's chart setup. And we also have a YouTube video where chart guys, Joey Jungle Funk, he went over how to set up your chart like Lori or Dan. So that's available to you. So JPM, I like long. I'm going to go a little faster. Lucid, Google, and Meta, all three of those are back burner trades. Look at Lucid. It had a big day yesterday. So I'm looking for first 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours for Lucid, for Google, and for Meta. I really like the Meta long on 5-minute oversold. Looks like we're not going to get it. We may. Oxy, I like long. You see how we're gapping up now above 60.82? You see how things changed? We're gapping up above that 60.82. As long as we don't have a big gap fill back down into yesterday's range, let's say we at least hold 60.70, that could be a good area to go long Oxy. All right, those are all my Queen of the Mountain trades. I have my notes. TCGers, I will copy these notes for you and put them in chat. This is our chat room, and this is what I do every morning in pregame notes. 28:23. Hit that like button, and I will copy those now. Hit the like button. If you could give me a follow on Twitter, that would be lovely, at ChartGalLori. And if you're interested in the webinar, you can click on, nope, not that. Here it's pinned at the top, defining your trading edge. You can click on that link and get a copy of the webinar from last night. Hello. Okay. Microsoft is a 5-minute back burner. That is my approach on Microsoft. RNDRUSD. Potential 4-hour bull flag. Daily candle getting an upper wick of bears selling into that pop. I would have to be a bear against 264 here on a bounce. But it is a great uptrending chart. Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful chart. But the size of this pullback, I have to then switch to lower high mentality. Aw. All right. Thank y'all. And y'all use stop losses, and happy Friday.